Welcome to Keeper of Secrets Tarot. I am Gypsy Girl, here to bring you another reading for Virgo. Today is the 22nd of April 2024. We are on the eve of the full moon when I'm doing this reading in Scorpio. The moon is actually in Libra. And I just did the Taurus reading, and it was pretty deep and feeling like it was long, but not as long as I was feeling it was. So let's see how Virgo you fare with your read. Had to take a little time out from the yesterday. That's when I did pretty much all the other signs, but I had to take time to reflect a little bit for the earth signs. And again, it's a slow process when I do the earth signs. I feel it. It has to move slowly, taking the time it takes to do things. And that's probably why I ended up doing them at the end. I said something else to Taurus, but you'll have to go listen to see what I did say. Virgo, feeling kind of feisty with you. Well, you're in your element. You just feeling like there's a healing sense coming. And then of course, the moon is in Libra, so we want to reflect on keeping peace, and you're very good at that. So, as I say, you're in your element. But we're all going through change in this moon coming up in Scorpio, and it seems to be like it's a big deal. It is, because major change is coming for everyone on every level. And it really depends on your situation, your circumstance, how you go through, and how affected you are. Again, age is everything, because it's all about experience. And if you're looking forward to your future as a younger person, it's not the same as when you're looking back as an older generation, see? Whereas when you're remembering from an older generation, and you're wandering from the younger generation. But it is about relationships, and I want to push these cards down, but something's telling me not to. We have the King of Wands, we have the Five of Wands, and we have, the Five of Swords, and we have the Ace. Ooh, she is the messenger, that Knave of Swords. So again, you're dealing with making your plans and executing them, and being honest, or having that truth come from what it is you want to do, and you're doing it all out of love here, Virgo. Or you're dealing with someone who is. See, we have the Devil, we have the Sun. Is that our Knight? Yes, this is the Knight of Wands. We just saw the King of Wands. So obsession with competing and having that control, wanting to have fun, that competitive spirit, wanting to thrust forward and be searching for love, maybe. But then there was a king. So maybe we're looking at what we see with the Devil, this Knight turning into a king. Virgo, maybe it's not you, it could be someone you're dealing with. Here we're looking at truth about love. We're looking at defending love. Defending the truth about love. The fuck? Did that on camera. Oh, something made me jump. Okay. I have a few little bits of things here. Maybe it's just pressure. Broke my trend. It's okay. I'm gonna get it back. Virgo, doing a 6-card spread, just like I did for the eclipse reading. It's the Druid Craft deck that I'm using. The first 3 cards, it's all about you. It's how you're dealing with and how Spirit is helping you get through. Coming up to change with the Scorpio moon. I think I want to shuffle one more time. The second layer is the alternative if there is no change, or the changes may change again. You see what I mean? It could just confirm what it is, or it could just be something different. Again, the outcomes are potential. It's all about what you choose. What I say is not written in stone. It's a guideline, and you get to change your future if you decide not to follow what I say. And if you do decide to follow what I say, it still changes. The Oracle deck, I'm trying not to go too deep. I went in a little ways into the rabbit hole with Taurus, and I'm not feeling that way with Virgo. Virgo, you're kind of sprightly. It's a sprightly feeling here, like I'm just jumpy all of a sudden. Maybe that's what happened when my little stick of incense just fell into the candle wax and just shifted everything. All the energy shifted. The Oracle deck that I'm using is the Woodland Wardens. So it's keeping the nature close because it is difficult, this Scorpio moon, and on a level of reflection and dealing with relationships, I'm calling on the Woodland Wardens to ease us in and give us that therapeutic sense of healing with nature. So let's jump right in, because I'm feeling like I want to go off on a tangent. The first card is all about you, what you're experiencing. Again, the 2 of Cups. Look at that, the commitment. You want one, or you're in one, or you're dealing with hopes to having one. Thinking about it at least. You want to be in a commitment. You've committed. Could be for work, could be for a personal friend or acquaintances. You're in a commitment of sorts. It's you decide in your situation which one fits you. Or you're feeling like you are, or you're thinking you want to be in one. It's you are committed. Okay, this is where you are, Virgo. You want one, you've been wanting one, and your time is coming for one. You're in your time now. Relationships is on the table, and Scorpio moon is going to help us to shed exactly that, those commitments that don't serve us anymore, or those commitments that have confused our lives and put us into positions or situations where we've suffered because of those commitments. I mean, I'm not looking for the negative. It's just, if we're thinking about commitments and we want to be in one, and the Scorpio moon is coming up saying, well, now you have to start thinking about what you really want, because you made certain choices with those eclipses gone by. Well, yeah, what are you committed to, Virgo? Who are you committed to? Are they committed to you? What role do you play in the commitment? You see, all of this is what Scorpio moon is going to bring to the surface and have us really nitpick. Decide, are you keeping, you're leaving, getting into, getting out of. And then Spirit has us focused on what we've done in the past. See? Are we committed to the past? Are we committed to what we've done in the past? is our commitment because of what we've done in the past. Again, going into the past, working it out. Spirit is asking us to look at what we have been committed to and where the change has occurred in those commitments, if it has changed. Maybe that's what needs to happen in some of our relationships. Our commitments need to change. Now, I'm not going to start making fires here, but again, it's just a question of what we need to look at before we take the next step, and what we've been in brings us to having more of. You see here, this card looks at what we've done in the past is being recognized. See, that commitment is, it's being looked into. What it is that we really want for the future. We must look a little ways into the past, because history repeats itself, and more than likely. The thing is, do we want more of the same? Having to suffer, having to worry and wonder. Well, we can't always have the bliss, but we have to remember that that is a part of the commitment, you know. If we look at the traditional vows, they say that through sickness and health. See, so we have to remember what we've put ourselves in, and if we still want to be there, and if it is that the commitment in itself has changed, what are the grounds for this new commitment, if it is a new one? You see, all of that. This is what Scorpio moon is going to do, but the Libra moon that we're in now has us really combing through and looking to see how we reflect off of the next person, especially when it comes to commitment. See, Libra? I'm Libra now. Virgo. Spirit is letting you, Spirit is looking into how you behaved with your commitments, to say, okay, I'm going to hand you out some more now, or something different. Conversation has to happen here. Oh, with the King of Wands, man with a plan. Just making sure, because I didn't check on Taurus, and I was really surprised how it came out very nicely. But there it is. We have our Knight of Swords coming to talk about what was done in the past, maybe. Looking into the commitment that they want to have or have with you. Someone is looking to talk, needing to talk, can't wait to talk. And then we have our King of Wands. Could be it's one and the same. This king has a plan. Again, it was the same cards that I saw earlier in the shuffle. See, we're looking at, again, there's that offer, you and Taurus, and healing, again, and making that changing destiny. Spirit is doing that. Getting the Queen of Wands. So maybe you have fire in your chart, Virgo. Dealing with a fire sign who is going around and around in his head, looking to find ways to deal with, come back to. Talking about secrecy here. Disappointments. You see this upper-handedness here in secret? Understanding, going deep within, that intuitive feeling is probably where the conversation is going to come in, about having a telepathic relationship with mind games and such, and disappointments and confusing confusing. Confused and disappointed is what I'm getting from here. Having to fight with the unknown, having to fight in the dark, having to fight in the mind. Again, we're all going through a lot of turmoil, and most of it is deep within. It's hidden, it's buried, it's just bubbling up and coming up to the surface. We're not really dealing with it, we're just sensing it, we're feeling it. See, we're all getting that intuitive feeling. We're searching through our feelings, and we're like, why do I feel the way I do? Why am I angry? Why am I having outbursts all of a sudden? Or it's just happening more often, or we're shutting down when we're usually talking. Somebody needs to talk about the past, commitments. Somebody's they're not happy here. This King of Wands is coming up to an offer to heal, wanting to heal. Maybe wanting to heal the offer with this Queen who is anxious, or maybe the King is anxious. Somebody's anxious. Well, there's truth. So we have the final truth, the Ten of Swords, and then we have the Wheel of Fortune. Playing off a little bit with Taurus. Maybe you are dealing with a Taurus who has fire in their chart. I'm not going to guess here. Virgo, you know who you're dealing with. You know about disappointments for an offer that should have been made, didn't make. You know, it should have, could have, would have. Having something hidden here. Taking that upper hand, taking advantage of a situation, and then being disappointed. Now wanting to come and heal and be generous. King of Wands is busy. Maybe the King of Wands is really the one who's anxious here, worried that healing this offer may not be. Maybe they're worried that you won't heal the offer and stay in the confused state. Making amends, and I'm looking for, the full moon is right upon us. It's not like, oh, by the full moon this is going to take place. Yes, it could, but that's in 24 hours of this reading. And it's not even 24 hours. It could be less than 24 hours with the time where you are. But the King of Wands has me a little curious about this Virgo reading with the commitment. So let's take a look and see what this second layer would look like if this King of Wands is actually going to come and talk to you, Virgo. It seems like they want to. They got a lot of talking to do. Like secrets and disappointments and mind games, handedness. It's a lot of talking. But then reflecting off of the past and having a commitment come from it and wanting to express and share. Again, this is with the Libra moon that we're feeling this sensation of wanting to clear the air. That's what it looks like. And heal. Because that's what Scorpio wants us to do, that full moon. Let's see what the second layer will look like. Let's do one more shuffle. Did I mention that the Oracle deck is the Woodland Wardens? Because we're really looking like we need to pull one of those Oracle cards. Alright, so I've cut. And we will take the next layer. And that offer comes back. Commitment to being open, generous, wanting to make an offer. Virgo, will you accept this offer? because of the disappointments. You need to heal. You need to go in the past about past disappointments and talk about them. Coming up to an offer here. Let's bring it in the balance. Serving two masters. That's what the conversation is going to be about here. Wanting to have the cake and then eating it. But you can't. It's either you have it or you've eaten it. You can't have it and eat it at the same time. It's one or the other. That's choice. And this is probably a conversation that is creating the disappointment. Is in that choice, not being able to choose. Because when it comes down to the Two of Pentacles, we're really working hard to keep everything up in the air. And then it all just crashes down. And this is where the timing comes in. Now, there's no timing cards here, but we see that there's Two of Wands and wants to change of plans. We have a plan. We saw the King of Wands with that plan in action and wanting to take action and talk about it. And then we see the Two of Wands wanting to change up the plans. Making that choice. See, this is guided again by Spirit. And then there's the King of Wands come back with the mind games, trailing quite secretly. Very secretly. The mind games. And then wanting to have, okay, so going around and around in the head and should I, shouldn't I? Betrayals, past, commitments, wanting to make that offer. Doing it in secret though. Could be. But there's confusion here. Confusing mind games or confusing taking advantage. It's confusion. It's hidden. We're not supposed to see this. And then we come down to a higher level of betraying marriage and all. Oh boy, getting into the drama. Virgo, the surprise. Changing the plans. Divinely guided to this king, by this king, to sabotage relationship, secrets, mind games, conspiracies, and cloak and daggers. Even marriages are being messed up, betrayed. Being honest that is what you're going to get into, maybe, and then overcoming it. See? And then moving on. Maybe that's a conversation that some of you will be having, that you can't do this anymore. Your commitment is now not looking like it was supposed to look like. It looks like it's, you don't want it. Or they don't want it, because marriage is being betrayed. I mean, these two cards together and the truth coming out about it. And then feeling that sense of loss. Feeling alone. Being disappointed. And all you really want is an offer. And wanting a home, stability. And been working on it. Only to find that you'll be disappointed. Because the conversation that you will have is, well, because of conversations that have been had, they're disappointing. Or they were disappointing. And they will be disappointing, because this is the coming up. This is what Scorpio is bringing in to show you. Is this what you really want? Is this the commitment you want to have? To be in a relationship that you're just not going to be satisfied. You're juggling. That famous juggling card. And then plans are changing. Maybe because of choosing love with a particular King of Wands, who's really not too sure or fighting with himself as to what does he really want in this commitment. Secrets again. It's unknown. In secret, marriages are divorced. Marriages are betrayed. Secretly. I mean, look at it and take it as it resonates. This is not looking very positive here. Trying to see where this mental insecurity about being confused about getting married and betraying that, sabotaging the marriage because he's worried that he's not up to par, that he can't get through whatever it is, the truth. You see, there's a certain truth, and it will be spoken, and this sense of serving two masters, of trying to pay Peter to please Paul kind of thing here, you know, the overexerting the stuff, because this is where the sabotage comes in with this King of Wands. You see, just looking at these two cards, and then with the moon there, it's confusion in the mind. It's confusing one with another, thinking that you have to give to one in order to have the other. This just doesn't make sense. So the king here is going to make sense in the end, and probably find his way, hopefully find his way to coming out of this confused state and heal. Going back into what was done in the past is going to come now to help heal the situation, or being disappointed because of what was done in the past. You see, this is then and this is now. Or, I mean, tarot plays in all different levels. So you have to feel your way through this one, Virgo. I mean, not that there's not much to work with. It's just so straightforward, you know. When I see the choosing this lovers here, see this 6 here again. Spirit is making him change plans, and the mind games and secrecy for marriage, then to have betrayal come. Then the truth about the betrayal. I mean, I may be mixing up the cards, but it's all in the same sequence. Yeah? It's all in the same sequence. But Spirit has this king doing what he is supposed to do, most likely. But the commitment that you are looking for, that sense of stability, Spirit is going to put it in your path as to, is this what you really want? The conversation that you will have will determine that. You'll know. Virgo, let's take an oracle. I can't go round and around. Did that with Taurus. Making an offer, wanting an offer, hoping for an offer. There we have the Finch and Peach. I'm kind of in the dark here. And it looks like romance. Oh my goodness, Spirit has you. Spirit is putting people in your path. The elk and the ash. Elk and ash for strength. Okay, let's take these, because this is anyway. This is out of the water for me here. This could be anything. King of Wands. Divinely guided mind games. I don't know. Tell you, everything happens for a reason, eh? And then Scorpio moon coming in to say, well, do you really want this? Virgo. Can't really see. 36. Okay, Peach, and it is romance. The Finch and Peach. Okay. You can't get over the fact that the commitment card and the romance Woodland Wardens. So this is probably a commitment that's made to happen. It's divinely guided. It's divinely guided. That King of Wands, crazy as he might seem, is coming after you with some kind of truth. Telling it all, spilling it all, telling it all. And then you have to work through it. That's love. That is true love. Are you ready for that one, Virgo? Can't seem to find it. 36, yeah, that's what we said. 36. Yeah, no, one more. Here we go. Romance. It really is romance. Okay. Love is in the air when the finch and peach appears. The peach, a sweetly scented, heart-shaped fruit, has long been associated with fertility, sexuality, and love. The lively finch symbolizes exuberance, enthusiasm, and excitement, very much like the King of Wands there. I think the King of Wands is in love with you. Search out your fire signs, my darling Virgos, because they're in love with you. Let's see. Your vibrancy and charm have led you to a blossoming romance. Be open. Be open to and accepting of new loves, many delights. Okay, Virgo. I don't know if you're having trouble receiving this King of Wands. Maybe he's been struggling. So I don't know what you've been doing to him. Maybe you've been beating him up a little bit mentally, because he's going around in his head here trying to figure out how to get to you, changing up the plans and everything. And he is determined to come and find you because he's got something to say. He wants to talk about bringing things back into the balance. Are you ready? Are you willing? You are open, because that's it right here. You're open. All right, let's see the elk ash and the bee and the pomegranate. We had that one. Strength. Okay, so there is strength here. Let's see what the strength signifies. What's this one? This is the 8. Okay, let's see. Virgo, are you ready for love? Is that what you want? Thinking hard about it. Now is the time. Scorpio moon will help you with that. Elk are colossal creatures crowned with substantial antlers. You know, okay, it's not showing up here, but I think it's in, is it in the Lover's card? No, it's a deer. I don't remember where I saw it. Maybe it's in the Ace of Wands. I think he's showing up as an elk. Known to cover great distances over difficult terrain. They are symbols of strength and endurance. Likewise, ash trees are sturdy and resolute, able to flourish even in harsh environments. So there's that strength showing. This commitment is a strong one. Virgo, are you ready? They're coming. Upright. Let's see. You are called to gather your strength ahead of the challenge. Ahead of a challenge. Okay. Face it with confidence in your own stamina. Tame any unruly elements that try to derail you. Okay, so you have to check yourself with our King of Wands here, because again, we're looking at mind games, we're looking at secrecy, marriage and betrayal of marriage. You know who you're dealing with. Maybe. I hope so. I mean, is this your reading, Virgo? Are you dealing with some fire signs that are very playful and they're working the mind games with you, making you feel and believe one thing and then something else happening? Are those the type of commitments that you've been into in the past that has brought you disappointments? Spirit is saying that that is where you've been. Are you coming back into that, or are you going to heal that? Your strength, Virgo, in your commitment is this elk. You've been through quite a lot now. I keep saying, I remember the readings where this Queen of Pentacles wasn't treated very fairly. You take on that Queen of Pentacles. I was feeling it more and more with the Virgo reads. You know who you are. You know your strength. If you don't, then the elk is here to remind you. You may feel overwhelmed in the face of a challenge that seems impossible to overcome. Call on Spirit of the Elk and Ash. Ask to be reminded of your own strength. On that note, I thank you for showing up, for your likes, your subscribes, and your shares. Until our next read, Virgo, love and light.